Hello, it's that time again. Get up, get off the couch, and tackle your own to-do list. Welcome to Just Ask Bob Live. I am your host, Bob Assadourian. This show has two goals, always two goals. Number one, teach you a skill set, DIY, do it yourself. Motivate you to get up, get off the couch, and tackle all your projects. Now, this can be from simple little repairs right to full-blown renovations. You can do it with the right skill set, and you get the bragging rights. Goal number two, equally as important. If for whatever reason you refuse to get up and off the couch, then you need a contractor. You need the right contractor for you and your own home. So we're going to demystify episode by episode the process between A, doing it yourself, and B, hiring a contractor to do it for you. So let's take a moment to talk now about safety. If you are going to be doing it yourself, tie off when you're up on a roof, use the proper tools, wear safety glasses. See, we live in a day and age with the internet. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, back in my day, it was books and books and reading and asking an awful lot of people an awful lot of questions. With the internet, with the big box stores, I think the only thing you're missing is motivation. So again, bragging rights when you do get up and off the couch and tackle your own to-do list. Now again, for whatever reason, if you can't and you're going to hire out, it is very, very important to understand that various municipalities in our province do actually jump to the table and own up to protecting the citizens by having licensing. Let me show you an example of a license here, and I'm very proud of it. This is the City of Hamilton Master Building Repair License. I don't care what city you live in, contact building department, ask them if they vet and screen their contractors. So right there, hands down, that's critical. Number two is finding references. Forget about back in the day, 2 or 3 references. A shady contractor can fake those in a heartbeat. You want at least a dozen references. You want to call them all and ask them what the contractor's done for them. So let me give you an example now. You're thinking of spending $20, $30, maybe $40,000 or double that having a basement renovation done. Again, this is your dream rec room. This is everything done corner to corner. Ask the references if this contractor's ever performed a basement remodel. If all he's ever done is fencing and pools, again, maybe he's not the right fellow for you. If he has done a few basements with permission of the homeowners, again, proper protective wear and face masks and whatnot, things have changed a lot this year with that. But again, you see the point I'm trying to explain is you want to see some of his work directly. That way you can decide, is the work quality work? Forget about photos, forget about websites. Everything on the net can be hacked and faked. You want to make absolutely sure the licensing is in effect, check out some of his or her work, and make sure to look for, let me think now, affiliations in the community. Are they a member of the Chamber of Commerce? Do they have, how many years have they been in business? Are they a member of the Better Business Bureau? There are many, many things to look at. And hopefully, please, you don't end up with what I like to call the grumpy or crooked and overcharging contractor, an unlicensed one. He's working in your home. You ask him a question, rightly so. Again, he's working in your home. He barks the answer. Ask him another question. He barks it louder. You don't want any of that. It's about not having personality conflicts. You want to make sure, episode by episode, week by week, Bob's going to demystify the process of how to hire a contractor while at the same time teaching you a skill set so you don't need to hire the contractor. Cut the crooked and overcharging contractor right out of the equation. Now, we want your information. We want your questions. We want the rental questions to come in. Tweet us at Just Ask Bob. Email us at askbob@cable14.com. Or if you're old school like Bob is, pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. Now, equally important, we have a news release. We have a contest. Cable 14 and Bob have a contest. We want your video submissions. So in addition to the methods I just mentioned, you can also take a video, no longer than 30 seconds, please. If you're recording on a cell phone, please remember, turn your phone sideways so the image is widescreen like your TV. Go to cable14.com/askbobcontest for full contest details to submit your video. We welcome them, but again, due to restrictions or limitations or timelines, we can't guarantee that every single video question submission will be aired. However, whether it's aired or not, you still qualify for the contest. Now, time to kick up the sawdust and get prepared for the rental footage. We have an email that's going to kick off this episode's rental footage. This is regarding flooring. Hello, Bob. My husband and I are thinking of installing vinyl plank flooring. Our research indicates that it is a better product than laminate. Do you have any tips on how to effectively install the vinyl? This is from Frank and Lori from Hamilton. Well, Frank and Lori, thank you very much. Very happy for you to kick off the project. And this is a safe project. Now, you talked about research, and yes, it's definitely true. We've talked about this before. Traditional laminate flooring, biggest problem with it is the percentage of wood or fake wood that's in it. If you have dogs, if you have animals, if you're installing it below grade in the basement, it's an absolute no-no. Vinyl flooring has a few names. I mean, it's come a long, long way. Ages ago, there was linoleum, then there was cheap peel and stick. They label it, most manufacturers call it luxury vinyl planks or vinyl plank flooring. It is absolutely amazing. It is pet proof. And now when we talk about your budget, if you're willing to spend the big bucks, it can actually cost more than engineered hardwood or solid hardwood. Reasoning is because of its resistance to damage from pets, damage from spills in water, damage from basement sewer backups. So again, a high-end vinyl plank product will cost you more or equal to that of real hardwood. Now, that won't sit well with a lot of homeowners, but you have to understand there's pros and cons to everything. If you're installing it in the basement, it's the only product I recommend. If you have pets, again, it's the only product I recommend. If you're pulling furniture around, I've seen furniture completely scratch the espresso dark brown finish off real so-called hardwood flooring, and it didn't even leave a mark on luxury vinyl planks. Now, again, it can range from $1 or $2 a square foot right to $5, $6 a square foot. And we happen to have footage from one of our past job sites. Enjoy the show. And remember, get your questions ready. Tweet us at Just Ask Bob. Email us at bob@cable14.com or pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. Doesn't matter what the question is, from the roof to the foundation, in between, contractor disputes, any types of issues. Call them into the program. To the viewers at home, I hope you remember our star of the show, Frank Lorcella from season 6. Frank's going to talk a little bit about the subflooring.
So today we're installing some laminate vinyl flooring, and currently we're in a basement, but this could be at any level of your home. So the key to this installation is the subfloor. The subfloor needs to be squeak free, or once you put all your flooring down and once you start walking on it, you're going to always have that little creak, a little squeak, and you'll know it's there and you'll never want that. So also a big part of this is making sure that your floor is not so much level, which it is good if it is level, but that it is flat. So you can't have dips or voids, because then once you put your flooring down and somebody steps on it or you're walking across it, you might end up seeing that or feeling it while you're walking past.
Now we have Frank demonstrating one of our favorite tools. It's a shear cutter. It can be used for a variety of purposes: vinyl flooring, laminate flooring, even engineered hardwood. Take it away, Frank.
Yep. So, in my opinion, this is the best option for when you're flooring. You can work with this machine right beside you in the room. It creates no dust, and it's very quick and efficient. Most people would use a miter saw, if you're in a pinch, even a hand saw, a jigsaw, but the main problem with those is they cause dust. This you can work and no dust. So if you're working in a high rise and you would have to go up and down the elevator or stairs, it would take a lot of time. This, perfect option. Very easy to use. You just get your board, slip it in here, Make sure the board's level and propped up against the back guard. All you do is pull back. Perfect. And a nice, clean, perfect cut with no dust.
Frank's going to show us the purpose of the spacers and how beautifully this product clicks together.
So, whenever you're doing flooring, like these laminate boards or vinyl or engineered, you always need a little bit of an expansion gap, right? When your floor heats up or cools down, you need a little bit away from the walls. So, we have these spacers. These spacers come with 1/16 or 3/16, but you always need to read the manual and see what the manufacturer recommends. So for this one, we use the 3/16 and we put it up against the walls, as you can see, in the corners and up against the long wall. So as I click these together, you'll see me use the spacers. So you need a hammer, your spacers, and something to hit the board together. First one, you're gonna line it up, get your spacer, put it up against the wall, and then you need to tilt these boards up just ever so slightly to slide the click in, and you can feel it. You can also hear it sometimes. Push in, push down. Set in, set over. Get your little tool here, where it comes with a little notch, put it over the board. Make sure that you don't put it on the flange, because if you crack that flange, then you're not really helping anything. It's not worth it. A little tap, a few different spots, and you can see there's no gap, and that's perfect. So we're going to be going all the way across. Firstly, I like to get these small joints in, and then you get the long one in. Give it a little tap. And you can almost watch the little white edge disappear as you're going. So as you can see here, the little white edge, once I tap it, it'll go right away. Perfect. And the last piece here.
Teach the viewers now all about undercutting, the trade work and the skill involved to undercut.
Yep. So when you're installing your flooring, the thickness of your flooring, you got to take that into mind. So your jambs for the doors, normally they'll go all the way to the floor. If you're installing your flooring, make sure that you undercut them so that your flooring will go underneath. If you hire a contractor and he stays out too far and then decides to caulk this, that is not the proper way to do it. Always cut down your jambs so the flooring goes right under. Look how nice that is. So now I'm going to show you the tool that we used to cut the jambs. This is the Milwaukee oscillating tool. You have to keep in mind, this bit needs to stay flush with the workpiece so that when you go, you cut a nice flat line all the way across. If you arc up, when you go to put your flooring in, you won't get the flooring all the way in and you won't get a good piece. Now I'll show you how I cut it. Take your piece out. Oh, you might need to cut it just a little bit on the bottom there too. Perfect. So now your flooring will go in right under that jamb. Look at that.
Okay, I'm going to talk Frank through this now because he's laying down on the job. This is a basement we're working on with the vinyl flooring installation. Now I'm going to zoom in for a moment for the viewers at home. That's a floor drain. We've covered 3/4 of the floor drain with a piece of the vinyl flooring. Here's the cover. It's made by Odie, beautiful stainless steel cover. Now, it took a bit of searching, but you homeowners can find this as well yourselves. This is a square grate cover. Much, much easier to cut a square than cut a circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a cut. We might have to make multiple attempts. This is going to be Frank's first try. And here we go. All right, Frank, hit it.
Perfect. So we trace this out here, on here first, and then so we have a perfect trace.
Let me just show the trace, Frank. The viewers at home, if you can follow our pencil line there, that's the trace cut. Okay, Frank, keep your hands steady. Okay, Frank, wipe it off a little bit with your hand just so the viewers can get a good idea at home how it looks.
Perfect.
Now again, nobody's perfect, although Frank thinks it's perfect. We may have to try again, but we'll see in a moment.
I think that lines up beautifully.
Frank, you are the master. Now, it's very important in basement renovations when you're raising a floor, in a sense, creating a subfloor. You don't want to bury the floor drain. If you have a spill, could be a hot water tank, could be plumbing. You want to still have a source of drainage. Hence, you raise the floor, you raise the drain, and then you use a nice grate. We'll show you how this looks, especially at the end after we've cleaned up. Frank, give me a thumbs up. That was phenomenal. Big shout out to Frank Lorcella, who has sore knees right now. He's recuperating. A lot of work installing these vinyl floors. Whether you choose vinyl or laminate, always put in the research. And it is hard on the knees. Frank's done a lovely job, as you've seen at an incredibly fast pace. 100% truly waterproof flooring. Very nice work. Now let's take a peek at the drain. Last time you've seen this drain, we were cutting the pieces around it. That's a nice drain, worked out beautifully. Again, please, for the homeowners, remember, if you're creating a subfloor and you're raising your basement floor, remember to raise the drain as well. Fantastic job. Really nice flooring. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the reno. Bob's ready, always, for your questions. Tweet him at Just Ask Bob, email him at askbobcable14.com, or if you're old school, pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. I welcome all questions. I mean, if they're based on the rental topic you just watched, that's great. Otherwise, doesn't matter. From the foundation to the rooftop. And don't leave the drama out. Contractor disputes, issues with workmanship. Did your contractor steal the money and run off with the deposit? Is he not showing up for work? Is the work not being finished in a timely manner? Bring it all to Bob, and we're going to give you advice, and we're going to help you. Stay tuned. We're right back after this break. I'm going to do this one crouched down. I'm not going to stand back up.
All right, we got a stray.
That made for a great blooper.
It already did. Cut.
Unique times call for unique conversations. As Hamilton moves forward, we'll be taking a look at how local business, entrepreneurs, and various industries rebound from COVID-19. So in collaboration with the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, Cable 14 will be bringing the conversations to you. Tune in to Cable 14 and cable14now.com as we bring you this new series, Roadmap to Recovery. Truly local television.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Three out of 5 people with dementia will go missing at some point, often without warning. With a safety plan, you can prevent missing incidents from happening. It's never too early to plan. Contact your local Alzheimer's Society today. Finding your way. For people with dementia, every step counts.
It's a rape whistle.
The Canadian Women's Foundation, moving women and girls out of abuse and poverty and into confidence.
Hello, welcome back. Quick recap of the show. It kicked off with a viewer's email asking for tips and installation information on vinyl plank flooring, which I give a double thumbs up to. We had some past footage from one of our job sites. We aired the reno for the footage for the installation. Now, obviously, I mean, it was a quick reno. The footage was put into a tight timeline with some time lapse, so to speak. But again, one of the benefits of doing it yourself and doing it at home is you have a lot of time to do it. Do it in your spare time, and please never ever rush. Always work at your own pace. Now remember, this show is interactive. Tweet your questions at Just Ask Bob. Email your questions, askbob@cable14.com, or pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. Now we have a special announcement regarding our contest. I'm very, very proud of this because it's going to add a whole new layer to this live show. We want you to send your questions by video. Video should be no longer than 30 seconds. If you're recording on a cell phone, please turn your phone sideways so the image is widescreen, just like your TV. Go to cable14.com/AskBobContest for full contest details and to submit your video. Now, not every video will make it on the show due to spacing and scheduling. However, the simple fact that you submitted your video means that you are entered in the contest to win one of 4 $50 Home Depot gift cards from Bob. A little treat for you to spend some money and tackle your next DIY project. We have a caller from Stephen. Hello, yes. Stephen.
Yes, hi.
How are you, sir?
Very good, Bob. Thank you. Good to see you got a renewal and you're back on the air again. It's a great show, and I appreciate the opportunity to ask a couple questions.
Thank you.
May I just go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. This is a townhouse complex on the mountain, and we're undergoing some major renovations, $3.5 million worth of work, and the contractor is someone who doesn't appear to have any licenses whatsoever. And the people who are coming in are doing work. The work's having to be redone, and it's really quite a mess. And then the question is whether or not I should sign a full disclaimer. I'm being asked to sign total disclaimer on any liability whatsoever, even for negligence or intentional damage. The work's not being carried out in my unit because I won't sign it. And I find that really sketchy and a little disquieting that I would have to absolve anybody from any responsibility for the quality of their work.
Yeah, no, Stephen, I completely agree. That disclaimer sounds very, very scary. If I may ask you a few questions now, I need some background on this as I run it through my mind here. So this is a townhome complex. Are you paying, is it freehold or is it the situation where you're paying condo fees?
It's actually a cooperative.
A cooperative?
Cooperative corporation, yeah.
Okay, but what exactly does that mean? So you can break that down for me and the viewers.
The co-op housing is basically managed and run by the membership through, an appointed board of directors.
Okay, that's what I was getting at, the board of directors. So realistically, this isn't you in a home where you call or you vet or you screen your own contractor and you hire them. This is a corporation or a board which has the control. They vetted or they found the contractor. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and they want you to sign. Yeah, I mean, I definitely would not sign anything of that, anything like that. Have you put your concerns to the board?
I'm no longer allowed to attend meetings for putting my concerns to the board. That's the kind of a situation where there's. I've just turned into the monster of the neighborhood because I ask contractors questions. I look at the quality of workmanship, and I've raised issues about the fact that we're replacing 12-year-old windows again already. We're replacing 12-year-old kitchens. All of the bathrooms are being redone again. I've been in this unit for 25 years, and this is the third roof I've had, the second bathroom repairs. And because I've asked questions about the quality of workmanship and whether they're licensed contractors, do they have insurance, all work has stopped, and essentially the entire place is done except me.
Well, Stephen,
one of the real concerns
hesitate.
is the fact that the board of directors, one of the directors, works for the contractor at another location, and refuses to declare a conflict of interest.
Yeah, again, Stephen, my advice is never shy away from asking questions. I've made my life on asking questions, and I have received my own pushback for asking too many questions, or what some may perceive the wrong questions. Always stick to your guns with the questions. You are in a difficult situation because you're powerless, so to speak. Yep. I mean, it's the corporation that has the power. However, no matter what power they have, they can't force your signature.
Right.
Please do follow up with me at the office. I really want to help you out further on this. In the meantime, I mean, I would recommend if you can seek some legal guidance or advice.
I have, and I don't have $40,000 to $50,000 to deal with it.
Oh no, I was just going to mention the cost factor. Please don't spend anything on the legal advice. maybe meet with 1 or 2, 3 different people that can give you, a free 20-minute or half-hour consultation. This way you're not, it's not costing you. But definitely at the end of the program will be my contact information. It'll be our website, our site. Send me an email. We'll end up chatting over this or via email, and I want to follow up and try to help you out further. You're what I like to say, you're a good person stuck in a difficult situation. That's what I can gather.
Well, I'm a W-5 guy and always have been, so I'll be asking questions till the day I die.
Yeah, have my word, Stephen. I'll follow up with you. Follow up with me after the show.
Thank you very much, sir. All right. Thanks for the information.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
We have an email now. I always follow you on Facebook and watch your YouTube videos. I want to paint my bathroom, but don't know what finish to use, satin or glossy. Sarah from Stony Creek. Thank you, Sarah. Great question. Glossy, no. Satin, eggshell, maybe or yes. Again, please take it with a grain of salt, because who's Bob to tell you what your preference in your home should be? So the technical answer would be use the sheen level that you like. However, let me demystify the sheen levels. That way you're able to make an educated decision. Let's start with the lowest. Well, first of all, sheen is another word for shine or for gloss. At the lowest level, and this may vary a little bit between paint manufacturers, so this is a bit of a general list. Least amount of sheen is flat. That's why flat always goes on ceilings. It won't reflect light. Flat will also hide imperfections. Next up from flat, I'd like to say would be low luster or eggshell. Low luster or eggshell reflects very slightly, still hides imperfections. And then you've got satin. Satin has a little more shine to it, however, a little more durability. Satin's nice for a bathroom. Semi-gloss has a lot of shine, and then there's full gloss at the opposite end of the spectrum. Highest gloss, full gloss, lowest is flat. Now, typically, your interior doors, your baseboards, chair rail, casing and trim around windows, that's semi-gloss or gloss because it's more durable. You can wipe it. You can clean it better. It has endurance. However, the trend seems to be people don't want that much of shine on the walls. So now that I've demystified the process, your home, you have to live with it. You have to choose the level of sheen that's best for you and your home. Another email here. What is the legal fence height for a backyard? Mike from Hamilton. Now, Mike, I'll answer this in a general manner, so to speak. 6 feet typically. However, that may vary to the different wards of Hamilton or the outlying areas. But generally, 6 feet. Very easy way to find out, and I put this number up on the show often. City of Hamilton, 905-546-2424. Again, that's 905-546-2424. Ask for building department, give them your address, and they will confirm exactly the height. Another email. Do I really need a permit for a shed in my backyard? It's not going to be big. Lily from Caledonia. Thank you, Lily. The city, though, they do regulate. Now, this is what's considered an outbuilding, so to speak. It's not just the size of the outbuilding, it's the setbacks. I have seen sheds be put up, sheds installed, literally touching the fence. Right from that to, again, violating the setbacks. If it's a small shed, I believe less than 100 square feet, and you maintain the setbacks, the legalities for how far back you have to be from the property line, you're fine without a permit. But again, just like with the email before, 905-546-2424. Literally get it from the horse's mouth, from the city. Ask the building department, because even if you're less than the allotted size to not need a permit, it's the setbacks that can burn you. It's the setbacks that can get you in trouble, and you don't want to be in trouble, so always double check. Again, don't forget, this show is interactive. I want your emails, I want your tweets, and I want your phone calls. Reach us at Twitter at Just Ask Bob, email at bob@cable14.com, or pick up the phone and call 905-645-3232. And we have a contest running. I am very, very proud of this contest. Video should be no longer than 30 seconds. So what you're going to do is look around your home, find out what's on your to-do list, take a short 30-second video explaining the repair, the renovation, or the question. If you're recording on a cell phone, please remember always turn your phone sideways so the image is widescreen, just like on your TV. For more contest details, all the contest details, please visit cable14.com/AskBobContest for full contest details and to submit your video. And a gift from Bob to you, 4 $50 Home Depot gift cards to motivate you to get up, get off the couch. We're going to have a draw in September at the end of the contest. Now, regardless of if we have space or room to answer every video question on this show, just the fact that you submit qualifies you to enter the contest for a 1 in 4 chance to win the Home Depot gift card to enjoy in your own home. We're taking a quick break. Stay tuned.
Why should you stride for the general?
Stride for me.
Stride for me.
Stride for me.
Stride for patients who rely on the care at Hamilton General Hospital, the Regional Rehabilitation Center, and St. Peter's Hospital. Walk or run this September for our virtual event and make a vital difference on the front lines and beyond.
You can visit our website at cable14.com. Like us on Facebook at Cable14 Hamilton, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Cable14.
Cancer connects us all. Join Stand Up to Cancer Canada and the Canadian Cancer Society to learn more about the groundbreaking research that translates into life-saving treatments. Visit standuptocancer.ca/CCS to learn more.
And that is how you close a deal.
Well, it's getting late, huh? Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, I'll call you a cab. No need. I'm driving. Thanks again.
Drinking and driving should never be the elephant in the room. Share your responsible hosting tips at deflatetheelephant.com. A message from the LCBO.
Unique times call for unique conversations. As Hamilton moves forward, we'll be taking a look at how local business, entrepreneurs, and various industries rebound from COVID-19. So in collaboration with the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, Cable 14 will be bringing the conversations to you. Tune in to Cable 14 and cable14now.com as we bring you this new series, Roadmap to Recovery. Truly local television.
Welcome back to Just Ask Bob Live. Don't forget, tweet your questions at Just Ask Bob, email them at justaskbobcable14.com, or if you're old school, pick up the phone, 905-645-3232, and we welcome all your calls, anything to do with home rental, from the foundation to the roof and everything in between. We have a question now by email. Do you know when the best time of year to plant cedar trees? I don't want them to die on me. Matt from Hamilton. Well, Matt, great question. You must be following me real well. Bob had some cedar trees die quite some time ago. Typically, and again, we really should have had my guest here, my good friend Angelo from episode 1, my landscaper, but I'm sure if he's watching, he'll agree. Cedar trees are very, very resilient. That's important, very resilient. However, the worst time to plant them is in July and August. Now, I'm going to give you another tip too, and I hope I get this right regarding the cedar trees. The big box stores in Hamilton won't like me for this, but the cedar trees from the big box stores in Hamilton, any and all of the big box stores, by the way, they're not from Ontario. So they're from out of province. you can spend $29.99 plus tax on a tree that's 6 foot tall. Now you're going to think, wow, what a deal. You know, this is just phenomenal. You're going to plant the tree and it's hit or miss. I know somebody that planted 4 of them, exactly the same thing, a little bit of bone meal in the bottom, high quality soil, water in the morning, water in the evening. 2 survived, 2 died. Because these trees are from out of province. They're cheap, very, very cheap. Again, $30 plus tax. So these trees are not native to Ontario, to the soil. Now, if you skip and bypass the big box stores and you go to a nursery, you go to a greenery, you're going to spend $200 to $300 or more per tree. So that's quite an expense, but those trees are native to our soil. They're from Ontario. So it's almost the old saying of, you get what you pay for. So in case I got that in reverse order or whatnot, it's still very accurate. Research, again, demystify the process. Type it in the Google, it'll come up instantly. July and August, worst time. And then also do some research of big box store cedar trees versus nurseries, buying your tree at a nursery. Hope that helped. We have Jeff on the phone. We have a caller. Welcome, Jeff.
Welcome, Bob. What a great show you got there. It's the first time I've caught it, so I love it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
My question is, I'm looking to tile a shower. I'm not a huge fan of the grout. Just wondering if there was another product out there.
Oh, yes, yes. Actually, we have another product we're very, very proud of. Let me think of their motto. No grout, no mold. You know, some time ago, because I've been doing this for a long time as a licensed contractor, 18 years. Prior to that, another 10, even learning. So, you know, between 25 and 30 years. Back then in Hamilton, we didn't have a supplier for cultured marble. So if you think for a moment, Jeff, the base. Have you put any thought into the base of your shower?
Well, it's all the little tile on the bottom, and we're trying to decide what to do with it. It's all just colored and moldy, you know.
Okay, with the base, there's 3 choices. Let me break it down. Choice 1 is the cheapest. It's a plastic base. They're absolute junk. You stand in it, it moves. It's plastic. No matter what you spray under it or what kind of cement you put under it, those leak right at the drain connection. Your next choice is somewhat tried, tested, and proven. It's mosaic tile. The reason it has to be small tile, Jeff, is because you need to create the slope to the drain. Now, you can and will eventually have caulking issues or issues with the joints. The final base, which I recommend as a top pick, is a solid stone or cultured marble base. And then once your base is in, you're back to almost the same 3 choices with the walls. Cheapest, plastic. And I wouldn't say they're that cheap. You walk into the big box stores and they have these prefab showers. You can stand in it. Could cost you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000. Jeff, when the day's said and done, you're standing in plastic. The next step, which again is still tried, tested, and proven, is ceramic tile. You can use Schluter, you can use concrete backer board, but again, back to the same problem, Jeff, the grout. The grout can give you issues.
That's what we're trying to avoid.
Pardon?
That's what we're trying to avoid.
Oh, no, exactly, exactly. So I think you're going to love it for both the base and the walls is the final choice, choice 3, which is seamless cultured marble walls. So depending on the style of your shower, I would recommend the marble wall on the ceiling and then the 2 walls of the shower, or 3, again, depending on your configuration. These panels are 3/8 of an inch thick. The required backer board for them is plywood. They're seamless. Again, you've taken the grout out of the equation. Therefore, you've eliminated the possibility of mold. It's a very, very high quality shower, Jeff.
Perfect. That's sounds more what we want. I didn't want the plastic stuff. We did look at some of that, the plastic overlay stuff. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Jeff, I want you to get a chance to actually see what I'm explaining. You know, the beginning of our show, we do promise for every episode that we'll kick up the circular saw and kick up the dust. But Jeff, I want you to realize we have a teaching database, www.justaskbob.com. Again, that's www.justaskbob.com. Visit our site. It'll take you to our page on YouTube where we proudly have over 1 decade of these Cable 14 episodes. Last season, we did a whole half-hour program titled Bathrooms. So we actually went through all the stages of installing the shower base, installing the shower walls. That was season 6. You can scroll down further to season 5, and you can also watch our bathroom episode, and on and on and on. Half-hour shows, 5-minute segments. We have over 100 episodes. We're very proud of them as being teaching episodes. So, Jeff, are you handy?
Well, I'm not. I don't plan on doing it myself. No.
No. I mean, you can involve friends. You can involve family. Nothing makes Bob happier than to find out, through these airwaves or through these, through these episodes that homeowners are actually learning. Never be afraid, Jeff, to tackle it. And feel free, you can follow up with me after the show if you have more questions. My promise is to the viewers to always be there for you.
Is there a local supplier of cultured marble?
Yes. In Hamilton, it's called MM Cultured Marble. You can look them up. They're on the net. They have a fantastic website.
All right, I will do that. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Jeff. All the best on your project.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Before we head for break, don't forget, this show's interactive. Send all your home rental questions. You can tweet us at Just Ask Bob, email us at askbob@cable14.com, or if you're old school, pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. Stay tuned.
If you count on your network of friends for connection, your network of colleagues for collaboration, your social network for sharing, or your TV network for entertainment, it's because you also count on your network. Learn more at networksyoucancountOn.ca.
When I was young, I was plagued by fear and self-pity. Drinking made me care less about my insecurities.
My life was in shambles, and I was trying to figure out how to pick up the pieces.
At first, I never drank on the job, but eventually I did.
Removing alcohol wasn't enough. It left me depressed and lonely. That's where AA offered a solution.
The people I met thought like me. For the first time in my life, I felt like I wasn't so crazy.
I remember sitting in the AA meeting and thinking, I finally found a place where I belong.
I never thought I could have made it through those hard times as the happy person I am today.
AA not only keeps me sober, it helps me live a much better life.
I found out I can do this thing, one day at a time. I've never been happier in my life. If you have a problem with alcohol, contact AA. It works for me.
And for me.
And for me.
Unique times call for unique conversations. As Hamilton moves forward, we'll be taking a look at how local business, entrepreneurs, and various industries rebound from COVID-19. So in collaboration with the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, Cable 14 will be bringing the conversations to you. Tune in to Cable 14 and cable14now.com as we bring you this new series, Roadmap to Recovery. Truly local television.
Welcome back. We have a clip now to show you next week's episode where Bob's going to teach you how to tile a kitchen backsplash. Welcome to our job site. Today we're going to be tiling. Now as you can see, we've already started some of the tile work. Now I can't stress this enough. You must plan your wiring needs before the tile goes up. So on this particular job, if you can see the cutout here, if you want to focus all around the kitchen for that cutout, that cutout was a channel we cut in prior to our electrician arriving. This originally was a single gang outlet. We have the yellow wire in there, which comes around to here. So this has been pre-fished and pre-installed for under cabinet lighting. On the opposite side over here, there was only a single receptacle. The homeowner requested having double. So you can see we broke open the wall. This is called smart planning. I cannot stress this enough. Once the tile goes up, you're not fishing any wires through any longer. So plan your electrical and obviously bring in a licensed electrician. We have Marshall on the phone. Welcome and thank you, Marshall.
Hey, Bob, how's it going? Just want to say I love the show.
Thank you, sir.
Got a question about Central Air that I bought from a reputable company in Hamilton. It starts with an S. I don't want to say their name because they're good.
I appreciate that.
They're telling me that my Central Air is only going to last about 10 years. Is that about true? Is that true?
Well, unfortunately, as my dad used to say, they don't make them like they used to. Whether it's Central Air, whether it's contractors or anybody. Do you remember, Marshall, having seen those big green units outside of homes? The very old ones?
My old house had one, yeah.
Yeah, those were known to last over 30 years. It's absolutely amazing that they could make at one point in time Central Air units that can last 30 years. And now the crap they're putting out, you're lucky if it'll last between 7 and 8. It's like I like to say about a car. Car manufacturers could make a car and design a car to last decades or practically forever. If they did that, they'd be out of business. So it's the same analogy with Central Air units. They make them to break. They make them so that they can break literally. It profits the manufacturer and it profits the tradespeople that service them and have to replace them. It's not nice.
So, yeah, that's about, okay. So I'm looking at about 7 to 10 years maybe?
I mean, give or take. It could last a little longer. It could last a little less.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, sir. We have an email question now. There are so many brands of paint out there. I want to paint my living room. Which one would you recommend? Denise from Hamilton. Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. And again, this isn't just to plug certain manufacturers. This is completely based on Bob's experience. I highly recommend Sherwin-Williams. That's actually what I use as a contractor, on my jobs when there's painting to be required. Let me explain paints, sort of demystify it here without knocking any of the stores in Hamilton. But there are stores that will sell you a 4-liter or 1-gallon jug for as cheap as, I've seen it on sale, $15 to $20. Now the stuff is just junk. People that really want to buy that to save a buck or two, your time has to be worth something. You're going to dip it in, you're going to do your cut line, and you're not going to get any coverage. No self-respecting contractor or painter would use that junk. For homeowners, I understand. We live in troubled economic times. Every penny saved, every dollar saved matters. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum with Sherwin-Williams, you're going to spend a lot. You're going to spend anywhere from $40 to nearly $100 for their premium line for, again, a 1-gallon or 4-liter jug. It honestly is, you get what you pay for. So please keep that in mind. And again, research is gold. Always, always research. And thank you for your email. We have another one here. Excuse me. After all these years, my husband and I are ready to gut our kitchen. We can't decide on countertops between granite or quartz, and what are the price differences? Amy from Hamilton. Thank you very much, Amy. As I mentioned to the previous caller, speaking right now, restricted at a table here, without Bob wearing his tool belt, I can only use my voice to explain this, but I do want you to reach out to the largest database on the net, and I'm very proud of it, our teaching website, www.justaskbob.com. Again, that's www.justaskbob.com. You'll easily find Season 6 of our Cable 14 program, and the show is titled Kitchens. In that show, we completely demystified the process between the thought and the quality and the choices between granite and quartz. And I'll give it away, the winner was quartz for several reasons. So please do catch the episode. That'll add a whole layer to illustrating to my answering your question right now just by speaking it. Now, for ages, natural stone or granite was the king. Now, quartz will cost you, believe it or not, a little more. It has flexibilities in it. It is derived from natural stone products. The big thing is it doesn't require sealing. Granite, you must seal it annually. Quartz, you don't have to. As far as the heat temperature, a bit of a big debate there whether what is the exact temperature when something's too hot to be placed on top of either one. My personal choice, quartz is always the winner. Thank you for the email. Again, the show is interactive. We want your questions, not only rental questions. Have you had a disaster with a contractor, handyman, whatever he calls himself? Did he steal your deposit? Did he run out without finishing the job? Or is he just plain dirty inside your home? Send us all your questions. Tweet him at Just Ask Bob. Email him at askbob@cable14.com or pick up the phone, 905-645-3232. Oh, we have a tweet here. Hi, Bob. What paint would you recommend for the wall along the stairs to go from my garage down to my basement? Oh, wow. I'm thinking right away something durable. I can picture this. I've been using exterior paint, but I have to repaint every year because the paint just peels off. Thanks. Okay, I'll really need you to follow up with me with this because there might be moisture issues. When I hear paint peeling, it makes me think moisture. You're on the right track using an exterior paint. Please follow up with me. At the end of the show, there will be my contact information. Shoot me an email, maybe even some pictures. I have questions for you in turn before I can completely answer yours. Remember, this show is interactive. Always tweet us at Just Ask Bob. Email askbob@cable14.com or pick up the phone and call 905-645-3232. We want your questions. We have a contest running. I'm very proud of this contest. 4 people will be selected. 4 winners will win one each $50 Home Depot gift card from Bob. Your video should be no longer than 30 seconds. If you're recording on a cell phone, please remember, turn your phone sideways so the image is widescreen, just like your TV. Go to cable14.com/AskBobContest for full contest details and to submit your video. Now, don't forget to reach me, www.justaskbob.com. Again, that's www.justaskbob.com, where you can pause, fast forward, and rewind the last decade worth of episodes right on this very network. Thank you. See you next time.